Gee, how awkward was that? Oh well. Hey, it's me, JJ Styles from Bright Idea Records at brightidearecords.com. The brightest minds in music today here on the JJ Styles Rocks channel on YouTube. I don't know who to blame, like, for the reason why the stream just stopped. My software is totally stable, like, you know, like, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, okay, I think I have the OBS settings so you can't see the... Can we see it? Can we see it? No, I think all you see is a mouse cursor. But yeah, there's no reason why this stream should have stopped. My internet was up the whole time. Maybe I got the... I don't know. I guess it was a hiccup. Okay. Sorry about that. Come on back. Oh, I'm gonna tell John here. Yeah, it happened the other day, and the problem with that is I was cut off at 1 hour and 16 minutes, and I went on for like another 2 hours, and like I didn't notice. I try to pay attention, but like my OBS software still says that I'm live and that I'm still streaming. It's only the YouTube chat room that says disconnected from chat, and luckily my buddy Lothar the Third, located at twitch.tv/Lothar the Third, and on YouTube on the GMR podcast channel. He called me up, Gene called me up and said, "Hey dude, your stream stopped." And it's like, without help like that, man, it's really hard to maintain and not look like a total jackass, because it's hard enough to host a stream, but to direct and do camera and do audio, it's like literally everything I learned at that TV studio when I was this tall, like, is like coming up during the whole process of streaming on the internet. And you know, some people make it look easy. Granted, I think those people might have better gear. I think they might have a crew. I think they might have, even if it's a remote crew that is helping to run things behind the scenes remotely using a tool such as here. I don't think I have it installed on this. Oh yeah, OBS WebSocket. That's a fantastic way to have a completely remote telecommuting crew. I know nobody says telecommute anymore. They say remoting, but I still like telecommute. I think that's a good word. Because it kind of emphasizes the problem with commuting. All the greenhouse gases and junk. But I guess we got electric cars now that have zero output, so maybe we don't need to emphasize the commute thing so much anymore. But I digress. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was awkward. NVENC setting? Glitch does happen. It happened with mine during streaming. My friends are using third-party software that captures chat from the website, and it decrypts. No, but the thing is like, this wasn't like a video card hiccup. This wasn't like it was more like an outage. It was more like my internet went out, but it didn't. It's like, I can't explain it. It's like, you know, the nature of the internet is you get from point A to point B, but it might never be the same way twice, because the packets get routed through the routers. It tries to get to the fastest ones and the closest ones, and like, you know, it's fault tolerant. You know, it'll go and find another way around, and it was like as if every route to YouTube disappeared for a few minutes. It's really weird. I don't know. I mean, I would say maybe I got denial of service, but I don't want to sound like a paranoid, and I don't think anybody hates me, because I try hard not to make enemies. I don't know why I would ever get denial of service unless somebody was trying to make a name for themselves by taking me down. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to take me down. It's not like I'm a government or anything, or a corporation. I got a record label, but I'm the only employee, really, so... Let's see, streaming on caffeine. Oh, I feel it like that sounds familiar. I don't know what the hell caffeine. I'm drinking caffeine, but I don't know what that is. That's interesting. Was it any good? Yes, Sarah. I was just saying. I would say I got hacked, but I don't want to sound paranoid, and I don't need to be giving anybody ideas. Let's see. It could be a server outage of YouTube. That could be. Maybe it was the streaming server I was connected to went down. Yeah, because I was still accessing websites. Like, my internet didn't go down. I was thinking maybe my route to YouTube went down. But if it was the server itself, that would make a whole lot of sense. Granted, a whole lot of other streams would have gone down too, I imagine. Everybody that was connected to the server I was connected to. That would be kind of sucky. It is Saturday night, though. There's probably quite a few shows going on. Maybe, just maybe, enough to overload a YouTube server even. We might have figured this out, people. I think we might have gotten down to the root of the problem. Let's see. Yeah, Gene. Oh, it's not called GMR Podcast? My bad. That's on Twitter, though, but... Alright, on YouTube, I guess it's just Gene Mott. Yeah. Thanks for the phone call, by the way. It's turned out to be no big deal, NBD, but, like... At least I wasn't, like, having a conversation with literally nobody. Sometimes that happens, and that pisses me off, man. I'm still kind of irked. Not only did I get a copyright strike for that last stream, but I wasted 2 hours of my life talking about very important things that never got heard and never will get heard, because I don't have the hard drive space to record while I stream. If I did, I would be recording, and if any outages occurred, yeah, I'd like upload the recording later, which, you know, it's a good consolation prize, because I know streaming is the best. That's about the only way you'll get it back if your stream cuts out. Uh-oh. I'm seeing a spinning wheel. I'm gonna take that down. Okay. I don't wanna crash my stream. I still see we got chats coming in, so we're not crashed. Alright. Hey, is caffeine still... I should look it up. Is it still a thing? Because, you know, I've been wanting to check out some other options. I really have. You see, normally I was going to go and look up what was available on the dark web. I couldn't really get that going yesterday. Normally what I would do is I would just, like, get my Tor service running, which is a pretty trivial thing to do if my computer ever responds. But once you get the port running on 9050, and then you just route your browser through it, like, let me see. Hey, what the fuck? Why would it say it doesn't have sudo? Or wait, service? It doesn't have service. Service? Yeah, you got service. What about service status all? Oh crud, I don't have Tor on this installation. Should get that going. Sudo and install. I should probably update my app cache repository, but if this works, I'll be happy. I don't need to update. What the hell? I just need to install. It's like a really trivial thing to do. Like, working a command line is probably the easiest way to get shit done. Like, you don't have to click through a million fucking menus like you do with apps. Like, you can literally, like, if you want to download a video, it's as easy as typing in YouTube-DL and then the ID of the video. It's like, if you try to use an executable application to achieve that, you're probably gonna have to click through a million stinking menus to do something that's relatively simple in terms of like a TCP/IP, HTTPS type of. Let me remember. There's a certain, like the Edge servers that they use on Twitch, there's a certain video protocol. Oh yeah, it's an M3 U8. It uses an M3 U8 protocol, which is kind of like you get a little chunk of the MP3 at a time, as opposed to like the old way, which is where it's just like sending you one gigantic MP3, and if packets drop, well, you end up with a corrupted MP3. But with the M3 U8 style, at least that's the way I understand it when I look at the sniffer logs. It's like one little chunk at a time, and it works pretty good. And now, if I execute this command again, what? Oh, silly me! I don't have to type in my name. Haha. There we go. Now we got the Tor. So now it's like as trivial as just like opening my stinking browser one more time and going into my Foxy proxy. I think that's Foxy proxy. Oh, I don't have a Tor profile set up. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Here, let's add one. We got Tor, and then I'll put in parentheses dark web. Oh my god, it's the dark web. Look out. It's scary. It's not scary at all. There's really good shit on there. And it's supposed to be 90% of the internet, I've heard. I find that really hard to believe. Because, like, as nice as the dark web can be, sometimes anyways, like, and now if I enable Tor, there you go. Oh boy, I'm dark web compatible. Those same links that we were checking out yesterday, let's see, what were they? Let's look for the dark web stuff. Was that on this computer? It should have been. Let me see. It was like it was like yesterday. I guess maybe that was on the other computer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, what we were looking for was an alternative. Or wait, I didn't think I typed the word. It was like a streaming. Video, actually I was just looking for YouTube on dark web, basically. Dark web. And you're not gonna find YouTube on the dark web, so there you go. That's why it's, that might work as a good query. Proxy server refusing connection. Oh, I bet my Windows firewall probably needs, some improving. Let me think. Defender. Yeah, there we go. Probably don't have the right firewall settings, because this always works. Unless my firewall is blocking it. Bear with me. I hope I'm not boring the world to death. This is really important. I gotta have a backup plan if I totally blow it on YouTube, okay? And I need to find, like, a new way to do this, because this is... I've kind of become dependent. It's my new way of, like, expressing and promoting, and sometimes when bad shit's happening in my life, venting. Like, I kind of become dependent on this ever since Jason Scott from the Internet Archive decided to get Zot the Avenger back in the game by getting that PC Gamer interview with Alexis. Like, man, I didn't really know how fun streaming was till I had no motivation. Like, why would I? What do I need? I had no motivation to get back in the TV making game. It's a whole lot of work, and like, but you know, it's got its benefits. Even if it's not money, it's like your emotional state, and sometimes I learn about new things. It's like a way of getting deeper and even more into the freaking internet, man. It's like once you start, it's like if you watch YouTube and then you've uploaded to YouTube, well, the next natural progression is to stream on it. So It's like just another way of getting deeper in. Just like on Twitter, you know, if you tweeted with people and you've sent tweet messages, well, and the next natural progression is Twitter Spaces. So if you aren't checking out what's available, man, you're missing out. Did I put in the right port? I don't think I put in the right port. I think that's why it's not accepting connections. Of course I didn't put it. Wait a minute, that's not the right profile. Not the right profile. Yeah, man, I was supposed to do... I'm so used to typing in web proxy ports. Forgot to do the Tor port. That's what happened. Okay, now then, I think I'm dark web compatible now. And Google's probably still not? Still not? Son of a bitch. Well, maybe I'll have to just do this another time. That's weird. Maybe you know what? Enough of this. I was gonna do some more of the video game stuff. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette though, and make sure I don't have any trailing discussions going, because I could use a cigarette, and that would be rude if I left anything unaddressed, because, you know, it would be. And so bear with me. I'll turn up the music ever so slightly in the game, so we get the impression that this is going down. There we go. That's nice. And it's really nice to actually hear some good, like this kind of music got replaced by dubstep many years ago. This was the dominant style back when Pendulum was at the top of the charts. I believe they're from the UK, those guys, those Pendulum guys. It's like back in the day, the Crystal Method was the Americans' answer to techno music, and they're very important. They ended up like working for like ASCAP, and when I say work, I mean being like the board of director type person for like EDM dance music. Like literally, Crystal Method was in control of the techno dance, and it's not really control, not like the MPAA or the RIAA, not that kind of control. I'm talking about in control of helping you get your royalties. That's what I mean when I say control. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Pendulum, I think, was the maybe they're from Australia? Anyway, they were badass. They were so badass. They were even the theme music to WWF. I think it was CyberSlam. I don't think it was WrestleMania. I think it was CyberSlam back in the day when they had Propane Nightmares. Probably the biggest radio chart-topping hit that Pendulum ever had. But good stuff. I really don't hear enough of this kind of like techno anymore, so it's got me wanting to play the downhill racing excitement of Descenders that much more, because a good soundtrack does matter. It really does. And the people that make these video game soundtracks are usually very impressive individuals. It's like you know, it's like they're geeks and they're like cool, like they go out and they go to bars and they go to shows. A lot of geeks don't do that, but the music geeks do, and like I relate to that. So it's like got a lot of respect for the soundtrack maker. All right, let me see here what I can address, if anything. Let's see. We got John was on caffeine. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna remember that and check it out. I would keep reading. Yeah, it's GMR Podcast. GMR Podcast is a pretty good podcast. I don't know if you're still making that, but used to keep my bus rides interesting. And that graphic Sarah made and that theme song that I made really made the podcast that much better. But I digress. Let's see. Just mail out VHS tapes. Yeah, right. I haven't done that in a while. That was the way we used to bootleg music back in the day. They'd make lists. I keep meaning to upload my damn Skinny Puppy bootleg from '91. It's a really good one. That'll be the next thing I encode. Alright. Also, I have a friend who's talk show host on caffeine. Okay. Sounds like caffeine is still a thing, and Pickstand is a good example of what to check out on there. They interview famous people, including people that was never heard to most people. Oh, kind of like the underground underdogs of Undernet. I had to come up with another underword. I don't know if that's still an IRC network or not. Let me see. David Beck Zap. Oh yeah. Nice. That is yeah, John Draper, good old Captain Crunch. That's a legend. That's awesome. Good tip. Good looking out. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. When are you going to do a Twitter space? I still haven't figured out how to get it working in OBS. Like, if you go into the, well, I have my OBS. Yeah, I could turn the camera. Here, let's turn the camera. I try to keep the OBS from showing up on screen, so doing this is kind of impossible. It's in the settings, though. You know, right here. When you bring up the diggity dang, let me make this bigger. Sorry, I didn't think this out. Here we go. Alright, so yeah, when you bring up the diggity dang settings, like, then I go into stream and, like, there under the service, you got your Twitter, and I put in all my stuff, and like, I can't get it working. I think that you, Sarah, need to walk me through the process, because you've done it and you're way better at it than me, because I haven't done it. So you need to give me a walkthrough. That's when I'll set up a Twitter space, when you have time to do that. True talk. Let's see. Oh, what did I just shrink down? Sorry. Okay, this... Whoops. I'm so terrible at this. I really am. I never see like that kind of shit. I never see that on other people's streams. Other people are way more pro than me. I just try to like get things done quickly because I don't like dead air, you know. But like the way people keep their programs so pro is like I really do have a lot of admiration and respect. It's like, how could you not? If you do something that other people do and you acknowledge that you're not the best, all you can do is admire them, right? Let's see, we got, yep, okay. Hopefully this stream does not cut out. I mean, because I'm not done. I've been drinking Mountain Dew in the form of a ZTA cocktail. This one's almost done. But my point is, I got a different kind of caffeine, not the streaming kind. At least I don't have to go yet. But that toilet humor, ha ha ha. No, but I'm not ready to stop streaming anytime soon. I want to unlock as much as I can in this game because I'd like to see. I've gotten a lot of upgrades and achievements so far, but I want to unlock a bike. I want to see how that works. See. Yeah, I really think it was an outage. I do. Alright, I think I've addressed pretty much everything that we had going. It's a pretty good conversation. And I'll view this stream like later and take notes, because as great a name as Pigstand is, I will probably forget that. But I'm not going to forget caffeine, because I'm actively... I got a list in my head of like, I was looking up every freaking streaming service on the internet, from Hulu to IGTV, the Instagram streaming platform, to like mixer, which I guess involves video hardware, like an actual mixer, like a Grass Valley switcher, or like what some people would call a stream deck. Like, I'm not even sure, but really don't have the budget for high-end hardware right now. I almost acquired like a 20-year-old Pro Tools card, because that server board that I acquired has a PCI-X slot, just like that server that I have running right there, that I run Ubuntu Bionic on, Bionic Beaver. Anyways, the PCI-X slot is much larger than the average PCIe or even the traditional PCI slot that most consumers are familiar with on their motherboards and for peripheral cards. And the PCI-X slot is exactly what's required for a professional Avid Pro Tools HD setup. At least it was back in the day, back when they used to have a thing called, I think they call it a sound farm? Oh no, DSP farm, that's what they called it. And man, that stuff is so cheap these days. Like on eBay, you can get these cards. I mean, they used to cost thousands of dollars to set up like a Pro Tools recording studio. And like, granted, this is some pretty old stuff. Sometimes you even have to run Mac OS 9 in order to actually have a Pro Tools environment that one of these cards will function in. But man, I've always wanted to do that, and it's finally cheap enough. That's the way I look at it. I never would have been able to afford the thousands and thousands, like the the Focusrite Sapphire interfaces that I have. They were $500 a pop. Man, that was a real commitment and a real investment. That's I haven't done anything like that. I did that back in like 2014, I think. So like 8 years ago was the last time I really committed myself to a major hardware upgrade, a major investment. Like this GTX 950 video card that I acquired, that was $50 off shopgoodwill.com. That was like 1/10 the price. That's not a major investment. That's like going to the, that's less money than it costs to go to the grocery store, you know what I mean? That was a smart move. But, you know, I'd love to spend more time on Discord, but I'm really, I'm not a good friend. Like, when it comes to the socializing on the online and the whatnot, like, I'm not good at it. I don't check my messages. Sometimes it'll take me like a week to like log in to something, like, and I'll try and hang out, and a whole bunch of stuff has gone down that I don't know about, and I'm like lucky to have a really good friend that'll actually like lay it down and tell me what happened during my absence, which is kind of a drag. So if I'm a lousy friend in general, and I'm a drag on my good friends' resources. And I'm just telling it like it is. It's I'm a busy person, and doing it's an effort just to maintain stability in my life. So yeah, but Discord's pretty fantastic. I was on Discord practically a daily basis back when I was utilizing the hackthebox.eu capture the flag red team games practice network, and you know, they usually have 20 active challenges regarding the servers going at a time, and you know, even me with my awesome elite black hat computer hacker cracking skills, I would get like 10 servers owned, and the last 10 were really difficult. So like, I went on Discord and I'd kind of chat people up. I'd be like, hey, have you found like a foothold? You know, like to if you hang it off a cliff, you know, a foothold really comes in handy sometimes. Any way to like get into the system, or at least like read some internal data that might clue me in as to what the vulnerability is that is pre-programmed into this capture the flag server. And yeah, the people on Discord were really cool. You know, granted, I didn't always hear back. You know, they're probably busy like me. So, but you know, if you hang out in the right channels, there's people just like me, just hanging out, waiting to just like, you know, clue you in. Yeah. And I mean, sometimes, yeah, I remember times when I was this tall, we're playing games like Willy Beamish and Rise of the Dragon and Beneath a Steel Sky. Yeah, a chat room would have been pretty handy. All we really had were 900 numbers back then. But maybe one of these days I'll like get my shit together. I got a pretty awesome Pixel 5a. I could run Discord and I could be available like and actually like be a good friend. But it's like I can't even do that for Twitter. I know I'm not going to be able to do it for Discord. It's not a matter of software. It's a matter of habits and responsibilities and just what a person can handle. And I remember back when I worked 8 hours a day at an internet service provider, something like Discord would have kept me busy. Yeah, because I wouldn't have had to have been doing work. I could have just been slacking on Discord. But when you're chained to a desk, yeah, man, you gotta look busy. So if I still had a job, thank God I don't, I probably would be an awesome Discord user, or a lot of other things as well. I'd be owning the socials right now. But because I actually have a free life in a free country, I'm usually trying to repair my shit, or like basically trying to keep my life running, which I wouldn't be able to do if I was at a job. So, alright, I gotta get back to this game. Let me see. Sacred Streams, understand it? What social platforms do you have? Twitter. It's all about the Twitter. And lately, the YouTube, you know, streams and email. I have a Facebook, never check it. I was really active on Twitch. I was checking out a lot of channels all the time, but you know, I don't think they're gonna unban me for another week, and I don't think I'm going back anyways, because I don't agree with their fascist policies. I believe the internet was made to be an open place, and I think there's a bunch of net Nazis that are trying to keep us from being free right now, and it's making me sick. And on top of that, I'm having medication problems regarding availability, and I'm already sick as it is. So to go to a website that makes me sick, I really can't afford to do it. It's like a health thing. But I digress. It's been really good chatting. Nice to meet you. I'm going to type that in just so that way everybody knows. Nice to meet you, John. And I hope to see you here again. And Sarah and Jean, they know I love them. I don't have to address them. I met them like 20 years ago. So, but I'm gonna close the chat window. I got some games to play. That was really fun. That was pretty cool. I learned some things. I'm gonna get the audio going back in this title. If you hear a little bit of echo from my soundbar, I apologize, but it shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that weird. Just a little bit of like flange, echo, reverb effect. Alright. Let's do this. I wonder what a Career Plus said. Challenge yourself in 4 new environments? What makes them so different? Oh, okay. Yet another reason why I'm motivated to get sponsored. When I say sponsored, of course, I'm referring to, oh, there it is. Yeah, I still can't get sponsored. It's just like real life. Go figure. Alright then. Well, let's do what I can do. Which is ride. Descend. Hell yeah. You know, they've been making some pretty good sports titles lately, like, but not like a traditional sports title. Like, this is closer to real life mountain biking than, like, let's say, like that roller, what do they call it? It's a roller derby game that Ubisoft made. It's pretty badass, but it's like roller derby on rockets. Like rockets and steroids, okay? And like that one, oh, what's that race car game that they have on like Epic Games for free? You know the one I'm talking about, where like you get to play basketball with race cars and junk like that. Play soccer and hockey with race cars. Like that's like a sports game. That's but it's like a sports game on rockets and steroids. I kid you not. Pretty good stuff these days. I always appreciated how sports titles are like simulations. You know, it's a lot closer to virtual reality than people realize, because a lot of these games that people play, like let's just say Fallout for example, like, you know, all the mini games and junk, the computer hacking, the lock picking, you know, all the mini games, they're cool because like really video games are meant for playing games, and mini games usually require like a lot of thought and like, I don't know, in real life, if you, oh, I missed the ramp. In real life, if you become a specialist at anything, I don't care if you're like a brain surgeon or like a hand surgeon, just about any kind of surgeon, is going to be a lot like a surgeon video game, except a lot more complicated, of course. Wow, that was a pretty good front wheelie right there. You know, a lot of times life can resemble a video game. I'll bet housewives would agree with that. Every time they have to scrub the bathtub or mop the floor, yeah, real life can be a lot like a mini game. But ultimately, that's not why we play video games. We're not trying to simulate the boring shit and the repetitive shit. We're trying to do the exciting shit, man. Like the once-in-a-lifetime shit. That's really, and a lot of times, yeah, in these titles you get caught up in the mundane minigame junk more than you do the epic once-in-a-lifetime stuff. And but when you're playing the sports titles, it's pretty much always consistent. You know, it resembles reality a lot of the time. Like sports are meant to be epic. Like they're events. They fall under the category of event. Do 2 backflips. Alright. I got this. That's 1. That's 2. Oh! Didn't see that coming. I guess I wasn't going fast enough. Well, oh, they want me to do the achievement again? Forget about it. Taking a different route. Oh, wasn't going fast enough. Yeah, just bypass that nonsense. Ah, that's just not a good ramp. No matter how fast you're going. It was easier to pull off on this one. Yeah! Oh, but don't do the castle. That's crazy hard. I want to try something that I learned in that video we were watching for that, like, ice level. Nice. Oh! Damn it! Like, when the guy had massive air, he was, like, using the right directional stick to get even, milk it for more air. That didn't seem to work for me. I wonder. Woo! Not the rocks! Woo! Okay. Whoa! Not enough speed. Damn it. Well, it looks like I got the achievement. Oh, but I'm wrecked. Rats. Looks like I was actually racing with a real person for a second. That Bama 1570. That's cool. I don't do a whole lot of online multi-player gaming. I really don't. I mean, like, the bots are usually good enough for me, and I usually fuck up other people's games anyways with my noobness. So it's kind of neat that I can play with other gamers online, and I'm not even ruining their game. That's cool. Let's try that again. Oh wait, is this the same track? No? I thought I hit X for the restart. Woo! Clean flip, thank you very much. I'll bow after I cross the finish line. Nice and clean, Mr. Clean. I have impeccable rhythm from playing all the music I've played, so like, when it comes to timing in video games, I really should get clean landings every time. Like my timing, oh, not clean. I jinxed myself. But timing is like it's of critical importance in so many titles. Oh, come on! I was holding down the accelerator the whole time. This bike is garbage. I'm never gonna actually do the time objectives with this bike I got. I need sponsorship, or I'm gonna just be an obscure loser for the rest of my career. That's like, I'm talking about the game, okay? The parallels are irrelevant, okay? I'm gonna try to go fast. Whoa. Whoa! Going fast here. Not screwing around. We're gonna win this race. I don't even care what the achievement is. I want to go really fast. Look, we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, I don't think I did let go of the accelerator. What the hell, man? I was going fast for a reason. I had the accelerator down the whole time, I think. Oh well, I guess not. That was fast. I'm gonna save that replay as hella fast. Alright then. What now? What now? Waiting for tomorrow is silly, because tomorrow never comes. You know what I mean? Whoa! No! Overcorrected, I guess. It really does just require the lightest. It's just like a race car simulation. Sometimes the lightest of caps is all you need. I wonder what this would... Man. If I could get my PlayStation, getting my devices to emulate Xbox, man, I really need to put more time into that. I need to write my own program to do that. Maybe even put it on a device, like an Arduino or something like that, because if I had my steering wheel hooked up, I'll bet this could be really fun. Like I got an LG, what's the model? It's, I forget, but it's a pretty nice steering wheel. God! Holy moly. Close call. Focus, Jay, focus. Forget about the steering wheel for now. Actually, the steering wheel wouldn't work because it doesn't really have the analog sticks necessary that this game requires, so I'd have to have an alternate way to, oh no! Oh! What's with the doorway? I was thinking I could sidestep this stinking structure, and they put a doorway in. That's some pretty high-level mountain biking skills right there. Very precise. Very precise. Record. Oh, I did it again, and this time wiped out. Son of a... I got this. Take it slow. There, I got it. I learned the hard way. Oh! Overflip. Overflip. Yeah, it's really hard to do those flips when you're in first-person perspective. I mean, and of course that's the way everybody has to do it in real life, but it's so much easier when you can actually see the person's body and like just how their conveyance is gonna meet up with the ground. Like, without being able to see that, I'm overshooting this left and right. Alright, here we go. Bicycling is such a healthy activity to do. It really, except when you do that, but like the aerobic benefits and like the cardiovascular benefits, and it even has like brain benefits because it improves your reaction time and also increases your tranquility, not just because of the endorphins that get released while you're performing the activity, but also just because it feels good to be healthy. That's gonna improve your attitude right fucking there. It really is a fantastic activity, bicycling. And I know that you could probably get the same benefits from running, but like, what's a speed demon to do? You can never run fast enough. And when you try it, you just get exhausted. But on a bike, you can actually, it's more interesting. You can keep your focus better, because walking is boring. like you end up looking at your cell phone, or you're like not even paying attention to the walk sometimes. You know what I mean? That was ill-advised, but glad I pulled it off. Woo! Whoa! I'm crazy. I got bad judgment, I think. People always, men in particular, here's some toxic masculinity. When men are always saying that you gotta be decisive. You know, and be able to make a decision when the situation calls for it. It's like, motherfucker, until the very last second, I'm gonna be thinking about my decision. Because if you're not thinking about your decision, you're gonna make the wrong decision. And there is such a thing as overthinking, but once you've gotten to the point that you've actually figured out all the variables and that you're gonna make the right decision, then you don't have to wait until the last second anymore. You can make your decision. But when you're being decisive and just making a decision, you know, because you have to, because it's the manly thing to do, that's some stupid shit, man. I've never approved of that, and I never will approve of that, because I'm a critical thinker. Thank you very much. And yeah, man. Oh, this is a pretty good song. But yeah, you gotta make some pretty decisive split-second decisions in this game, and with a lot of like physically demanding activities, you know. Oh, that's fast! Holy moly! Whoa, whoa! Sharp turn. Whoa! It's a fast track. And I don't mean the song, I mean the racetrack. This is some steep hills. Backflip. Whoa! Yeah! Damn! I think I'm actually getting good at this. I gotta get another Mountain Dew, pardon me. Oh my computer's pumping out the heat. That's awesome, but it's too much heat. Let's get the air conditioner on for a second. Sorry that took so long. I decided that it would be healthy to eat some pizza. I got that cooking in my air oven. I got like the smallest possible Emerald Lagasse air oven devices. Like, and it's big enough for pizza basically. I'm not gonna be cooking a chicken in there, but I highly recommend them. I like only use the microwave to de-thaw things like these days. Granted, you know, I was one of those people that would like typically use a toaster oven, so de-thawing things in the microwave and cooking them in the toaster oven is a lot like using an air oven. Except the air oven, like, it circulates the air, so it really does get every part of the... It keeps the overall heat inside the unit consistent. It's kind of like stirring a drink. Which reminds me, I've been showing you guys... I'm going to have to go in and get that pizza in a minute, too, by the way. It's going to be good, though. I got, like, those pepper flakes and those oregano flakes, and it's gonna be good. But I've been introducing my stream fans to the variations on the ZTA cocktail, and I'm gonna show you another variation, but I think I'm gonna play a video for you. It's available on the JJ Styles Rocks YouTube channel, but the thing is I got a lot of videos on there. There's a good chance maybe you haven't seen it. And this is a pretty fun video for people that, oh, right. I'm not on the dark web. It's okay. I don't really need to be. This is a good introductory video for folks that are not familiar, that are not acquainted with the ZTA cocktail, which basically is an homage to the one, the only, Zot the Avenger, as always. But I kind of like to joke around that the name is Zits, Tits, and Ass. Or whatever ZTA acronym you can come up with that's funny. I think Zits, Tits, and Ass is pretty funny, you know. Kind of makes me think of, like, what it's like to be a teenager. I don't know. Even if you're getting tits and ass, you're still getting the zits too. I don't know. That's kind of what it's like to be a teenager. Maybe. Okay, so look, we got videos, and I think if I search for like ZTA, it should come up pretty easily. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna turn down my microphone and turn up the video, and this should be long enough that I can go get my pizza and you won't be bored. And then I'll show you the red ZTA, which, by the way, goes over real big in like China and Russia. I'm serious, man. Good shit. I'll show you. It's basically the same thing, but with a code red. Alright, I spoiled it. Spoiler! Spoiler! I didn't have any plans for streaming like anymore today, but how could I not? This is too primo an opportunity.
I know my youth clowns,
Newsby, this is Jackie Wills.
Oh, is that supposed to sound
It will.
familiar? It will soon.
I just said that.
Yo, Dex. Got to the line once saying they're here to see you. Yeah? Alright then. Says he needs a second or two. Go get yourselves drinks or something. Way ahead of you, viejo. This is it. Heart of Night City. Right there. Eating. Hear it? Can you imagine? Susan Forrest, Boa Boa, maybe even Morgan Blackhand. All sat on those stools. Fell asleep on that same bar.
Looks like we're out.
Hey, see that old lady there? That's Rogue. Best fixer in all of Night City.
Thought Dex was the best.
Rogue was lining up jobs when Dex was still shitting in diapers. Place belongs to her.
What can I get you?
You order.
2 tequila old fashions with a special cerveza and a chili garnish.
Duo Johnny Silverhands coming up.
Right on, chica.
Somebody did their homework.
It's like the dog ate mine.
Age-old tradition. Drinks are named after our regulars.
Say I wanted to have a drink named after me. What would I have to do?
Snuff it. Mind-blowingly spectacular fashion. It ought to be best.
What a beautiful tradition.
To hit in the major leagues.
I'll drink to that.
Guess dying's a small price to pay for going down in history.
I live like a legend first, though, huh? Death. It's nothing but the final flourish. Oh, and by the way, name's Jackie Wells. You want to write down my recipe?
Sure.
Shot of vodka on the rocks, lime juice, ginger beer. Oh, and most importantly, a splash of love.
Ha-ha! I'll remember that. Heard you were Dex's latest finds.
Just
Hey,
biz,
hey.
no big deal.
Hey, don't you want to hear my recipe?
Mr. Dishon, see you now.
It's called the ZTA. It takes 2 shots of vodka, 2 shots of rum, 2 shots of Shut up, Jackie. I'm trying to say 2 shots of vodka, 2 shots of rum, 2 shots of Cointreau. It's the ZTA, all right? Drink it up.
Mr. Dishon, no like wait.
All right, that was fun. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I know alcoholism is not always funny unless, you know, they fall down when they're drunk. That's usually pretty funny. Oh man. Unless they hurt themselves, and then that's kind of spoils the fun. Anyway, the only regret that I have about that little clip is I forgot to say Mountain Dew. But those are the core ingredients, and you don't always have to use a Mountain Dew. Like, you can vary it up. Like, it becomes a different style at that point. But if you're using those core ingredients, that is the ZTA. So maybe forgetting to say Mountain Dew was a good thing, because, you know, Jackie, he was trying to talk over me, that dick. What the fuck, man? Oh well, he was programmed too. What can you do? So here's the deal. I'm gonna try to eat my pizza while it's still warm, but I do need a new ZTA. So let's examine how to make a red ZTA. Yeah, I think you get the picture. It's basically if you're down with our comrades that wave red flags, you know, then you might enjoy the red ZTA, as opposed to the Transylvanian, which I'm still perfecting, or the Monster ZTA, right? But it's still the same animal. And animals are not monsters, they're animals. Some animals are monsters, but it's just the 2 shots of the Cointreau, which is a rare luxury around here. Sometimes I have to use the citron vodka, sometimes I gotta use Tang, sometimes I gotta use orange extract that you would put in your baking goods, sometimes I gotta use orange juice, like a screwdriver. And you know, it's all basically a compromise, because that recipe right there, the Cointreau, is the good stuff, but it ain't cheap, people. And the 2 shots rum, spiced rum preferably, but a silver rum you'll end up with a silver ZTA. So see how fun the variations are. It's like really one of the best and tastiest drinks you'll ever have. And it is, yeah, it's 6 shots, which is basically like illegal at most any bar in the United States of America. Like here locally, you're supposed to get a drink that only has 2 shots in it. So like, it's a perfect cocktail for pre-gaming if you're the kind of person that likes to get nice and sassy. I mean saucy, nice and saucy before you go out. Or both, saucy and sassy. Okay. And of course I like to use bitters in just about everything, because it really cuts that alcohol burn. You know, like in the movies when a cowboy takes a nip, takes a slug, takes a... Yeah, when they sip off the whiskey bottle, they just go, ooh-wee! That's the red eye right there. Like the bitters really takes that out of it, and I don't really need that. Like, I'm pretty much just in it for the inhibition, the lack of self-consciousness, the liquid courage, the loose lips, yeah, man. I don't really need to get that. Ooh, I'm drinking gasoline kick out of it. No. And plus, it isn't moonshine, so it shouldn't taste like gasoline, right? Is that everything? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make this red Mountain Dew even redder. That's right. Gonna give it a little bit of a strawberry edge. Just a little. Just a little. There we go. That's gonna be really fun right there. I'm looking forward to this red ZTA. And you know, you don't have to be a communist to enjoy a red ZTA. No, if you're just a regular, democratic, computer hacker, you could have a red ZTA, and you could maybe have nostalgic flashback feelings and images and sounds of the Code Red worm that happened right around Y2K. Yeah, man, like about 20 years ago. That was probably the last really good worm that the internet had. I mean, I don't know. That's debatable. But, I don't know, was Mirai a worm? It was more just like a bot thing. But it had like a bunch of router passwords programmed, like defaults, and it would like circulate and infect. So I guess, if Mirai is a worm, I guess that was the last great worm the internet had. And by great, I mean terribly destructive, annoying, and a waste of people's time and resources. Which is really impressive, because you shouldn't be able to pull that off. The internet should be more secure than that. Right? Ooh, that is so good. I swear to God, Michael Jackson could use this to get a child drunk and... I'm sorry, I think I need to not be so loose-lipped. Nobody wants to hear that, but yeah, it's really tasty. Oh. Sorry. Hey, why don't we find another fun video to watch while I finish my my one meal of the day? Okay? Let me see here. We were watching the Cyberpunk. I got some other video game videos on that channel. It might be fun. You ever see this one? You know, that really happens every time I turn into Zot the Avenger. It's true. That was a rare behind-the-scenes candid piece of footage that you were never supposed to see, but now that you have, ain't that cool? Yeah, alright. Pretty wild. Alright. How about this one? This is some good Mortal Kombat. Oh, okay. Maybe that's not the right word. How about, oops. Don't need that. Yeah, this is some pretty good Mortal Kombat humor. And if you got a bad back, you should relate.
Hey, doctors.
No buffering, YouTube. That's not cool. My internet ain't that slow. But take it from the top. Take it from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, Dr. Sub-Zero. My name is JJ Styles, and I look funny 'cause I'm medicated and I want to sleep, but my spine hurts. Can you help me, Dr. Zero? Well, it's funny you should ask. I've just developed
I'm gonna play this from start to finish, whether I gotta download it or what, so I hope I don't have to. For your sake. Alright, let's get this over with. Take it from the top. 1-0. I don't have a proxy turned on, do I? No. Why am I having problems? I know you're not gonna have any helpful advice. I've seen it before. It's not helpful.
Hey, Dr. Sub-Zero. My name is JJ Styles, and I look funny.
Alright, I gotta download it. Freaking YouTube is apparently very busy tonight. I don't mind. I got the time. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'd like to have this on my hard drive and ready to access and available. I don't like being denied access. I don't like having to watch glitchy fucking streams neither. So let's just get it over with. Download it. Oh, I don't have that? Let me see. Y2. That makes sense, because YouTube DL is like antiquated. It's not being actively developed or anything. But YT DLP is all the time getting upgraded, getting new channels, new platforms, providers, and also being updated to overcome any, preventionary measures that the video providers might be implementing to keep you and me from the information. You know what it really boils down to? They act like it's all about money and copyrights and blah blah blah. It's really about control of information. They basically have like an inferiority complex, like a Napoleon complex, like a little penis, big expensive race car complex. And the way that they get over it is by limiting our access to information that should be freely available. Whether we're talking about pornography, you know how much pornography ZTA consumed? Yeah, and look how well I turned out. It's no big fucking deal. I'm sure every kid with a cell phone probably looks at the shit, and they're turning out okay too. It doesn't make you a fucking rapist, just like playing a violent video game doesn't turn you into a killer. No, but these fuckers, they like to act like, they like to maintain a nanny state, which they can't do unless they have things like money and subscriptions and IP address restrictions, and then you gotta get a proxy to overcome that bullshit. It's basically just an inferiority complex that our leaders have had for a long time. This is not new behavior. This is what Pennywise would be referring to in that song where they referred to how we live by ancient lies. It's off of this album, I think it's called like Start the Fire. I had it on my phone, but I had to reload it. I wonder if YouTube will play that video any faster. Let's see, Pennywise. And I know they're not gonna prevent me from playing their shit with a copyright fucking fuck up the ass. No, because they're punk rock, and like punks don't actively pursue copyright violations with a vengeance. like other fucking money-grubbing pieces of shit that don't believe in free information. You know, there is such a thing as free use, okay? And like the FCC really doesn't control the internet. Nobody really controls it. Even though the music industry tries to, the movie industry tries to, the FCC, technically FCC controls Wi-Fi internet and like cell phone internet, but not really, because most of the servers have landlines connecting them, so it's really only wireless for a short amount of time. Anyways, that's no importance. What I'm trying to talk about is what's it called? Start the Fire? Is that the name of the album? It was made in 1996. No. Let me see. Let me Google. This is important to me. I have to talk about this, or I'm gonna. I tried to play a video for you, and it didn't work out. And I don't know if I should be mad at my provider, Cox Internet. I think they do a good job. I don't want to be mad at them. They helped the TV studio exist way back in the day. Maybe we had it better with TCI. But you know what? They did the contract negotiations, and we were included in the package. And Cox could have been worse. And you know, as far as providers go, they basically are average. Alright? So where was I? Pennywise. Not penny wuss. That's what I am. I'm a penny wuss. I got no pennies, man. I think it was 96. Here, Wiki, you can make it make sense for me. My brain doesn't work. I brain fart all the time, probably from my head trauma. What's it called? Light the fuse. That's what it is. Light the fuse. It only took a tiny little jog of the memory to fix my broken brain. Just a tiny little jog. Lights the fuse. Just a spark lights the fuse. Okay, the song I'm talking about is the competition song. We believe in ancient lies. Check it out. I really believe in this. And I'm gonna drink a red ZTA. So this red ZTA is dedicated to you if you like the competition song. And I'm gonna play it, and hopefully it doesn't glitch out. I'm gonna put it on the lowest possible.
It's dinner time with Panera, and it is fantastic.
I'll bet it is. Wish I could afford it. Looks like there is.
Feels like just yesterday she was in her car seat. Now she's going to be in the driver's seat. Oh, I guess there's a first time for everything. Today is all about the...
Chevron. You know, Techron gasoline does have a special additive that will keep your engine clean. It is essentially like a fuel injector cleaner or carburetor cleaner every time you fill up your tank. That is true. I'm not gonna lie.
What's it all about is the instinct to survive and to win at any cost in the fight to stay alive. We feed foreign cultures that are different from our own and make enemies of strangers watching people we don't know. We fight amongst ourselves, we obliterate ourselves, yeah. We fight amongst ourselves, we obliterate ourselves, yeah. And we compete until we die. Even though we don't know why, we believe in ancient lies. We compete until we die. We struggle against each other to get things in life we need. Even more to give a status which in turn will help us breathe. We separate ourselves by the color of our skin and the country where we're born and which God we believe in. We fight amongst ourselves, we obliterate ourselves, yeah. We fight amongst ourselves, we obliterate ourselves, yeah. And we compete until we die. Even though we don't know why, we believe in ancient lies. We compete until we die. compete until we die. We believe these ancient lies. If we could only change our minds, maybe then we'd all survive. But we compete until we die, even though we don't know why. We believe in ancient lies. We compete until we die. Die.
What?
Buy 2 bags of Taki snacks.
What are you looking
Maybe
at?
when it-
I'm not a communist. I was born in a democracy nation. What are you looking at? You know, like things like Social Security are basically like, I don't know. I'm a dropout, but I think that's basically like communism and like socialism. The thing is, you got to pay into it, so when you eventually get it, you earned it. It's like money. It's like paying. It's like having a trust. You know, like if you actually come from a privileged rich family and like they make a will that says like, oh yeah, when I die I leave everything to, you know, so and so, but I'm gonna put it in a trust and they only get so much, you know, at a certain time because, hey, if they had that much money all at once, they'd probably obliterate themselves, like with whores and drugs and race cars that they would speed in and then get into a wreck and die, and you know, and etc., etc., etc. I think that's why they do it. It's like, it's kind of a control mechanism, but ultimately it stems from a caring place. A caring place of control. Yeah, okay, I'll believe in that, I guess, for a little while. Until I become a parent and give my kid total freedom and see that it works out fine, because ultimately humans have judgment built in. It's like part of the package. And we know what's right because we know what hurts. And it's like, why would you want to make other people hurt, right? If you could take away their pain, trivially easy to eliminate their suffering, but you're still gonna do it anyways, because you want to teach them a lesson? No, because you want to keep society from collapsing, and rules are rules. You know, that's the thing, you get to vote and change the rules sometimes, people, but you only get to vote on what's on the ballot. So how free are we, huh? How democratic is our nation? I don't know, man. Usually the shit on the ballot is shit that don't affect me much. When it comes to teacher salaries, I always used to vote to up them because they never make enough. Like, those are the most important people in society next to like doctors and lawyers and computer programmers and repairmen and women and what else? Restaurant food preparers. All right, there's a lot of important people. Okay, you can't really say one's more important than the other because we need all those things, and we're dependent on others to provide them. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't know. I'm not a communist. We pay into these systems. Like anything that you get back eventually when you retire or whatever, you earned it. You paid in. Like 1/3 of your paycheck actually was like going into that probably each month. So like, don't ever feel sorry. All right. First of all, don't ever feel apologetic, and secondly, don't feel like you know, they're gonna take it away from you if you don't live up to their expectations of feebality if you're disabled mentally or physically, and you know, if you're retired, you know what I mean, you basically are retired. Granted, you know, the AARP does exist for a reason, because you know, you're vulnerable when you're powerless, you know, like when you decide to live on nothing, you know, but enough to survive. You know, you're basically not as rich as you were back in your working days, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to start a union. You're going to unionize, and you're going to look out for each other because people love to exploit people. And I'm sick of it, man. I'm a computer hacker, and I can exploit people all day long. Like, oh my god, man. The shit that I could tell you. I probably should, because the statute of limitations is, only 7 years. And I did the craziest shit, man. Like, the shit that I could have leaked. But it's like I didn't wanna. Like, it was just a big curiosity exercise. And, you know, like, others shouldn't want to fuck people out of their rights. Their fucking rights, man. Like, this country is supposed to have a constitution with amendments and shit. You know, like freedom of speech, for example. Yet, you can get banned at any moment for using copyrighted material, saying hateful speech, which sucks. But guess what? I kind of think you deserve the right to say hateful things, because if you keep it all inside, you might actually go on a murder rampage. Not me, but other people. I understand the sentiment. Like, free speech is a fundamentally important thing that you can't control. It's a real human fucking right. Like, how many creatures are on planet Earth? Okay? And how many of them talk? And I'm not talking about Muppets. I'm not talking about, like, Disney cartoons. And I'm not talking about parrots. Because they don't count. They're not actually using cognitive thought to form their words. They're kind of mimicking the sounds that they hear us make. But I still hear that they're about as smart as a 3-year-old child. Much like your average pig that you would find on a farm. A hog, if you will. So, yeah, man. Not very many things on this planet talk, and none of them talk the way humans do, right? Am I right? I think I'm right. So it's obviously a God-given gift that is meant to be used for expression, whether you're a baby crying out because you need help, or whether because you're an old man and you're crying out because you fell out of your wheelchair, or whether you're right in the fucking middle and you're just trying to live and become an old man, because that ain't easy. A lot of my friends didn't make that journey. Didn't become an old man or an old woman. And I hope that doesn't happen to you. Because it leaves a big empty void inside, and the only thing that fills it is free fucking speech, man. I've got to be able to tell you what it's like. And it's not always pretty. I guess I should go to group therapy, but I told you what happens there. I like try to start bands and it just gets awkward, you know? I'm like a loudmouth cursing punk, and really I belong with other people like that. You know, I learned how to drink the way I drink at DEF CON. I learned how to talk the way I talk going on tour with my band. And I learned how to make videos like this at Access Tucson, a public access station. This is acquired behavior that I learned from other people. It's not my fault I'm like this. I'm not that unique. And god damn it, I'm proud to be this way. And I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And if you want to ban me, fucking ban me. You'll be doing me a favor, because I don't need to associate with fascists. Let's watch another video. I'm neglecting my cigarette and my drink, and that's pissing me off, because, like, I got a really good cigarette and a really good drink going here. Like, this is a red ZTA, okay? It's exceptional. Tell you, I don't mean to get so worked up. I could probably use a pill. How long has it been? I meant to write it down on my board, but my dry erase markers kind of stopped working. They're a little dry. I guess I gotta get some more. Whatever. I could use a Sharpie, but then it wouldn't be a dry erase board anymore. Then it would just be a piece of paper, essentially. A piece of paper with no eraser no rubber eraser on the end of the pencil that you're writing on the paper with. Here, man, here. This is a sweet piece of footage I recorded recently off of the news in San Diego. I was lucky to catch this rare opportunity. I don't think anybody else did. Like, and I'll bet a lot of people might appreciate it. I don't know. I didn't make it, but I filmed it. That's for
DoubleBones.com or double the seasoning, double the cheese, $9.99. Let's see that again. Double beef, double cheese, yeah, $9.99. Yeah.
Plus, now on Roku and Fire TV. Watch local newscasts live or on your schedule. CBS Heat Plus, now on Roku and Fire TV.
Well, TwitchCon in San Diego is now wrapped up.
Twitch is one of the most popular live streaming platforms, and this convention showcases all the big content creators. So the final day took place at the convention center and featured panel discussions, meet and greets with top streamers. People traveled from all over the world to be there this weekend and to connect with friends that they've only even spoken to online.
But it's thanks to Discord really and Twitch that I've met the best friends in my life. They're like my family now. And I met them all for the first time because of that literally this week, and it's just been the best thing ever.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, today there was going to be a tournament for the board game Settlers of Catan, if that makes any sense to you.
Okay. That was yesterday, I'm sure.
Yesterday.
Yes, it just ended.
Yeah.
So the final day, there you go. It just ended over the weekend. 3 days of fun and dancing, apparently.
And the
reconnecting,
flossing there. Nice weather for the floss for all of our visitors.
Is that what that move was?
That was one of
I
those
thought it was more of a this.
One of them was flossing, one of them was just jumping around.
Just doing kissing. Having a good time.
That was a pretty good dance. Alright, I know that's not like the best audio you've ever heard, so let me, maybe, I'll get my picture back, don't you worry. Alright, let me reiterate, just in case you couldn't understand, that was an Australian accented female with a cool haircut that was talking about how she's made the best friends of her life on Twitch, and she was real happy to go to the con and meet them. They're like her family, she said. Then they went on to talk about Settlers of Catan. For whatever reason, we can consider them the sponsor of that news clip. Because why'd they bring it up? It's totally random. There was a lot going on at TwitchCon that they could have mentioned, but they mentioned that. So thank you for sponsoring that Settlers of Catan. That's real nice. I guess they got connections in San Diego. That's what I can only assume, because I know how the world works. People don't talk about you unless you pay them to. Alright? Because you don't earn respect by doing work. You earn respect by paying people to have it. They're going to spread your name far and wide if you're rich enough. Alright, and then they were talking about that awesome dance. That they're just kind of laughing about that because it's kind of awkward to dance when there's no music. And I can't imagine, unless somebody was blasting something on their cell phone, there probably wasn't any music playing. And that's kind of funny. If you're dancing in public and there's no music, you're either crazy or you're trying to be funny. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. And even sometimes when you're ranting like a madman, you might be making a joke, but people are just going to think you're either angry or crazy. When really you're just trying to be funny. So, it's a gray area comedy. It's what's funny to one person ain't really that funny to another. But ultimately, you can appreciate the sentiment if you listen to what they say. Usually, unless they're crazy, in which case, look out. You might want to call the paddy wagon for backup. Just saying. Alright, anything else? Anything else? I'm done eating. Almost done smoking. I still got a lot of red ZTA left over. But I gotta get this game started up again. How am I ever gonna, like, get sponsored? And then, how am I ever gonna get that awesome bike I want? You know what? I don't even want that bike. I need that bike. Otherwise, I'm never gonna be able to make those rock jumps. Like, you gotta accelerate really fast. That shit bike that I got right now is never gonna do it. At least not with my skill level. Like, I'm gonna have to gain some more experience before I can do a massive jump like that with a shit bike. But maybe if I have a really nice bike to practice with, I'll gain that experience and I'll get so good at it, I'll know how to do it with a shit bike. But until that point, I'm never gonna make any progress. I gotta earn the sponsorship. Progress is an important thing. It's a human thing, you know? Animals don't really worry about progress too much, but then again, beavers, they build dams. Beaver. Have you ever seen that sticker on my door? Beavers build dams, and bees make hives, much like wasps, okay? So, what else? I don't know, man. Like, birds make nests. So I guess progress isn't entirely a human concept. I don't know if animals conceptualize things, but... Oh no, did my stream cut off? Hello? My stream didn't cut off, did... Okay. Well, she better call me, because I'm not going to call her. I don't call anybody. My phone number's on brightidearecords.com in case you lost it. I gotta go. I'm streaming right now. Alright, thanks. Appreciate the support. Later. Alright, that's good. Stream is looking good and functional. Yeah, man. Let's get back to the games. That's about one of the most important pursuits I got. And you know, I'm actually like one of the greatest gamers ever to live because I actually know like the names of the producers and the developers, and like I don't know every name on the credits list. Like, you know, there's sometimes hundreds and hundreds of people, if not 1,000. But like, you know, names like Shigeru and like Hideo Kojima. I had that in my head right before Shigeru, but like I brain farted for a moment. That's awkward. And then there's like I don't know. I'm sure everybody knows the name Tom Clancy. He's more of a writer, like an author, like a Stephen King type, if you will. But he's still like an important name in the video game world, and if you don't know that, then I guess you don't know shit about video games. Like, just saying. You might want to look it up on Wikipedia. Oh, and my mouse button isn't clicking. I don't know what to think of this. Is it my USB port? Do I just need a new mouse? I purchased a couple mouses on on Cyber Monday, but they're USB 5.1 and I'm still at 4.0. I tell you, it's like every step I make is like a step backwards, at least until I get to the point where it's a step forwards. Nothing is ever easy anymore, I tell you. Nothing's ever simple. I guess if I wanted things to be simple, I would just have the newest hardware available, and it would all just be compatible, because that's kind of like the way the industry works. Granted, I know the internet was made to be, like I said this earlier, a fault-tolerant place, like that can't crash. The internet is designed to not crash, and you know, it finds alternate pathways, alternate routes, and on top of that, it's made to, it don't matter if you're on Windows, Macintosh, Unix, an Android phone, an iPhone. It don't matter if you're on a VAX VMS system. It don't matter if you're on a Sun Spark system. It don't matter if you're on an Apple 2GS. It's all going to be able to connect to the internet if it knows TCP/IP and, like, you know, the varying protocols within. So, like, you know, if something as beautiful and huge as the internet is meant to be all-encompassing and accepting of everything, then fuck, maybe we should, like, copy the internet. Like, it's a pretty good ethos, you know, the all-accepting of everything, and, like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, comparing, like, your own personal ethics to, like, the way the internet works, or at least the way it was designed to work. Because I know, like, a lot of people are trying to make the internet like a tour bus rather than like an actual vacation. You know what I mean? Like, if you go on vacation, you're gonna go on foot and you're gonna explore. Maybe you'll use a bicycle, maybe you'll use a scooter. Hell, I don't know. Maybe you'll take a ride up to the mountains. Maybe you'll stay in the city. Maybe you'll go to the beach. But if you're on a tour bus, all you're ever going to see is what's on that bus's route. And that's the way some people want you to live on the internet, on their tour bus. And it's pretty weak, but I'm going to stop talking about that because I just want to talk about bikes. I want to talk about descenders. So let's get back into that. Pretty sick. It's some sick shit, bruh. It's some sick bike riding. It's hella sick. And the soundtrack's pretty dope, too. Speaking of which, seems awfully quiet. Did I do something wrong? Oh well, we'll see. Oh, okay, it was kind of muted. Now it's kind of loud. I see. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress. I'm good. Forward flip. Oh yeah. Number 1. CTA number 1, baby. Woo. Oh, I'm so drunk. I'm so drunk right now. Drunk with power. Oh, and high-speed bicycle action. That was my best run yet. I'm saving that. Yeah. And that's what fate feels like when you go on a ranting tirade like I just went on and do a run like that. You know you're right. It's kind of like that Nirvana song. You know you're right. You know you're right. Why? Because you're not wrong. Sorry I didn't say goodbye. I was, excuse me. I thought it would be a good idea to go and regain my composure. Because I was about ready to do a touchdown dance after that run. And then maybe I would have shouted how I would have declared how I'm running for president or something stupid like that. So I went to check on my leopard geckos, and they're doing good. It's hibernation season right now, and but my handsome man that I've had for 17 years, he's always up to something. He's a real creative guy. I raised him to be that way. You know, he's a real intuitive thinker. You can tell. Because when he walks around, his tail will like wag like a dog's or something. Like these fat tail leopard geckos, they usually like drag their tails around like a ball and chain. But this guy, his wags around like a smart puppy, you know? It's something else. I really did a good job with that one. But I was thinking speaking of being proud, I was thinking it would be fun to show you my SCHWINN Predator, because it's pretty... I know it could be in better condition. I really need to de-rust it. I de-rusted it just last year, but you know, the equipment, like, either needs to be replaced every once in a while, or, you know, maintained. That can be said for just about anything. And I do have a very convenient plug-in. The only irritating thing about it is it's gonna like have some like a watermark, if you will. It's a watermark, and it's not that distracting. It's not gonna stop me. I had it set up somehow where I had like figured out how to like make the watermark. Come on, OBS, don't crash. There we go. I had it set up so that way the watermark didn't really show up. I don't know exactly what I did. And I guess the last time I used the Google Play Marketplace, it updated Droid Cam to the newest version. And I guess whatever configuration changes I made got eliminated. I know I should just like buy it and have it tied to my account. But man, I'll do that when I can. You know, the last piece of software I bought was, I think it's called Vorp. It's like made for virtual reality headsets. It's called Vorp. And I got it for my ancient Oculus headset. It's like a development model, the first generation. It's the oldest Oculus you can get. And it's practically useless. Yeah, man. Practically useless. But, oh. Sorry, I don't know if that was making it hard to hear me. I was hanging out with my gecko, yeah. And then I was telling you about how I'm going to go show you my bike. Sorry if that music was too loud. But, what I'm getting at is, like, I'd like to own a copy of this, but I like to explore my software to the fullest. I like to explore just about everything to the fullest before I actually commit to buying it. Because, like, what if I buy something that sucks? You know, like, when you buy something, it's like you're supporting it. It's like holding up a sign at a protest and saying, I support the thing I bought. That's the reason why boycotts exist, is because if you don't support that thing, then you're trying to convince the world not to buy it. You know, and until I gain some experience with something, I don't really know if I want to support it or not. And when I was a young man, I was so fed up with all being inundated with advertisements, whether from magazines, television, radio, or otherwise. Maybe billboards, maybe flyers, I don't know. I couldn't take it anymore. And that's when I wrote that song, Corporate Scum. Hey, corporate scum, you must think I'm dumb. Show me a picture of happy fools. Your product is not cool. And I won't buy your fucking shit, because on your faces I want to spit. Sorry, I'm paraphrasing, but you know, I can only take so much, man. Like, I have a processing disorder. They figured that out when I was 7. Alright? You know, there's a saying called garbage in, garbage out. And, motherfucker, I'm trying to get this out of USB mode. That's why I look so foolish tapping at this thing like a feeble person. Maybe if I use... Is this one set up to USB mode? Wi-Fi settings? Oh! It's all about the Wi-Fi. I have it on a 5G signal. That's why I wasn't getting an IP address. Okay. Anyways, I was just trying to tell you, man, like, when like garbage in is garbage out and yada yada yada, and when you got a processing order and can't even process that much garbage to begin with, you know, getting inundated with advertisements. I forget what the number is. Like, the last time I heard about a study being conducted, I think it was something like the average human living in modern society gets hit with like 1,000 advertisements a day or something like that. Maybe it's a little more, maybe it's a little less. I'm not certain. You know, maybe it's like 300 a day. Maybe it's like, I don't know. But look, I'm going to show you my bike. And this is not an advertisement. This is an endorsement, okay? I'm endorsing Schwinn Predator bicycles as like the greatest BMX ever made. This one was made in the 80s. I don't think they make them like this anymore. They're like a Diamondback is... Do I have the audio turned on this? I gotta put the audio for an input source. Otherwise, this is gonna be awkward. Let's see. Droid Cam OBS, yes. Properties, yes. Son of a... I gotta deactivate. Enable audio. Do I gotta create an interface for it? I don't think so.
I hope. Okay, there we go. Now I will turn off the microphone on the camera here in the studio, and this can actually make sense. Sorry, I almost forgot to do that. I got my shit together, don't worry about me. I got my head screwed on pretty fucking straight. So yeah, that is my Schwinn Predator. It's beautiful, isn't it? That's the bike I was talking about earlier when I said I could bunny hop 2.5 feet in the air when ramping off that rock in my front yard back on 36th Street back in the day, where I lived when I did video games and more. It's like, I put this padding. This is like the kind of padding that you would put on your pipes, like your plumbing. But I got some really cool duct tape at the Dollar Tree. And it looks like dragons, like red Chinese dragons. Put it on my handlebars, too. It's really faded, but I'll get some new tape. Don't worry, I'll get it decorated. I got these freaking... Well, maybe I still got them. I got these zip ties, okay, on the handlebars for holding the cables, the brake cables in place for my caliper brakes that I scored at the grocery store back in the 90s. I thought they were pretty good brakes. I think it was like at Lucky's. Might have turned into Abco. I don't know. There's my lighted reflector. I think the battery is dead. No, it still works. Okay. Good battery. And let me see if I can reverse the camera. Let me see, like this. Let's go to the back. And now, if I turn on my light, you can really see it in all its glory. Schwinn Predator, baby. I got those tires recently online. You know, it's a strange size. It's 24 inches around, and I forget the width, but you know, the tubes and the tire, they're still being made. That's pretty cool. When people do aftermarket remake, you know, stuff like that, it keeps enthusiasts such as myself functional and happy. Oh, and check this out. I like to roll the dice. I'm kind of a risk-taking gambler. So I put dice on my Air. They're chrome dice. Because, you know, chrome is pretty cool on your wheels. God damn it. Come on, camera. Don't fail me now. There we go. Yeah, man. Anything else I gotta show off? Oh, yeah, that's where I put my, hold on. Yeah, that's where I put my my kryptonite U-lock, because I'm a security-minded individual and I don't just leave my bike laying around like some kind of thief, you know, like, and then cry about it when it gets stolen, and then talk about how lousy society is and how it's filled with just bad people that are ready to steal your bike. It's like, how about you secure your bike, moron, and then people won't even like be tempted to, okay? I know that a lot of people, university students, they are victims of criminals, you know, that steal their locked up bikes at the college. And, you know, the only reason that happens is because you're a privileged little college student with like a freaking, not even a scholarship, because your grades weren't that good. No, your parents had a savings fund. All right, you know what? I am not a judgmental person. I don't like to hear about society being trash talked. Like, seriously, like, if you lock your bike, it's not going to get stolen. Okay? If you take the right precautions, and I know for a fact that it happens at colleges, and I'm basically trying to blame the victim, which is about the most horrible thing you can do. Okay? So, but I am jealous. I am jealous because I wanted at least a bachelor's degree. This fucking rollover fucked me out of my fucking life, I'm telling you. It's not easy being a broken down, drug addicted loser. It's not. It's not fun. I didn't choose to be this way, but I'm proud of the way I am. Because my father told me to be, and because I'm awesome, and because I'm a good guy, and because I made that run, and I'm gonna make a better one right now! Right now! Alright. Come on. Remove. Come on, mouse. Work. Still using the damn cell phone microphone. Okay. There, getting back to a semblance of normalcy. Now let's delete that input source for the video, because we're not going to need it again. At least I don't predict we will. And now, beautiful presentation, me. I'm ready to go out and buy a new SCHWINN BMX bicycle. That's how convincing that was. And Christmas is almost here. There's a lot of choices. You could get a Diamondback or a Mongoose or, God, a multitude of others. But you know what I've always heard is that you win with a SCHWINN. And I know I'm a born loser, but I still would like to be a winner. So I'm going to try to be a winner, and I'm going to try to win with a SCHWINN. That's for sure. It's a great bike. Alright, enough of that. It's a pretty cool game. You don't even have to deal with little sponsorship endorsement freaking... Like, I'm pretty sure these companies... I'm not certain about Arbor and Enemy. I'm pretty sure those are made-up companies. I'm pretty sure. That's stuff that they came up with for the game. And, you know, kind of like Sprunk in Grand Theft Auto. Like, I wish I could drink some Sprunk, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Like,
Just saying. Good times, good times. All right. Such a good song. Really good song. Play it. Are we there yet? I'm gonna start to sound like a drunk girl pretty soon. If you're familiar with that Chris D'Elia joke session. Are we there yet? That's a crocodile. Is that your crocodile? He's not wearing any pants. I'm sorry, I gotta do a replay of the best run ever, because, like, I really do. Ooh, those are slick. I'm putting those on immediately. There we go. No, I gotta see this again. I got a feeling it's even better than, like it felt pretty good to do it, but I got a feeling, like, watching it is gonna be even better. I hope so. What's Okay. Groovy. %. Let's see it. Come on. I'm chomping at the bit. Hook me up. Watch, it's such a good run, it took that long to load it. See what I mean? If it would have been a basic run, it would have loaded a lot quicker, right? Alright. Let me see. Excellent. I'm not enjoying this here. We gotta stop. I'm sorry about that. It's tough to enjoy when the video's all glitchy like that. I'm gonna close every extraneous program I have open real quick. Okay, I think that does it. Let's try again and try harder. It's really good advice. I know it sounds generic, but try harder, that's really good advice. like that is because that's the way it was logged and recorded, and that's the way it's always going to play back. Which, that would be a shame. I'd like to see it in like a high FPS, you know, like playback. I'm going to try to turn off all of the graphics acceleration settings that I have, just in a feeble attempt to like achieve the impossible, because I'm pretty sure it's always going to play like that. I think that's probably the way I was playing it and the way it got logged. But let's find out. Let's find out if maybe I can save it. Lowest quality. Excuse me. Lowest. Okay. We good? We good? That looks like pretty low quality. Alright. Let's take it from the top. Take it from the top. Turn the music back up. Cross my fingers and hope to die. Oh wait, that's cross my heart. I gotta tell you, man. I'm an emo motherfucker, I tell you. I used to get on MySpace. You know, Tom, remember that guy? I used to get on MySpace and I could get pretty emo, you know. I'm a Cancer the Crab. I guess we're notorious for it. Anyway, whatever. That's too much information. You don't need to know that. Alright, but I got to admit, I was kind of disappointed when I saw that frame rate. I still got hope that maybe, like, if I reboot the system, maybe the resources will become more available. Maybe it'll play better. Okay, maybe if I export that replay, I don't know where they get saved, but I'm going to figure it out, because I'm like a hacker dude like that. Maybe if I export the replay to my more powerful system, it'll like replay better. The only hassle there is I'll have to like get this copy of the game like on my better system, which means I got to download all those gigabytes from the Microsoft store, because I'm pretty sure every attempt I've ever made to like copy a game from the Windows apps directory or wherever the hell it's stored, maybe in the root in the Xbox games directory, which really just has junctions that link to the Windows apps directory. Whatever the case may be, it never works, and it ends up breaking it, and then I gotta re-download it. I gotta deal with a broken system at that point, and a whole lot of gigabytes that I have to download. That's a pain in the ass, but I'm willing to exploit my internet service provider and everything they give me just to get another copy of that downloaded and attempt to play that better at a higher frame rate, because, man, first I'll reboot the system later and try again. Maybe the system resources will free up. But I can still, you know, once I accepted that this wasn't going to look good, that was really, like, disheartening. When I first saw it, I was like, ah, damn it! Why, God, why? Right, you know? But once I accepted that it is what it is and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, it was much easier to just sit back and watch it for what it is, which is an awesome run at a low frame rate. I can still appreciate every backflip, front flip, near miss, and coloring in between the lines. I'm serious, man. That was like a Zen run right there. That was some Zen archery right there. I'm gonna contemplate. I'm gonna meditate on that, and I'm gonna play a video for you, because it keeps making me laugh. I keep thinking about it. I keep quoting it. It's basically meme worthy, this video. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've ever made a successful meme, like a viral meme, I should say, because a successful meme is a funny meme, basically. I don't think I've ever made a viral meme, but like I kind of think "look at that ass" is kind of meme worthy. Maybe you will too after watching this video. I don't know. We'll see. Window capture. Yeah. Fuego. Faxo. Fuego. You might agree that it's meme worthy. I don't know. But please don't be offended. There's no ill intent. I'm not making fun of anybody except for a made-up Street Fighter character by the name of Dudley. But in this video, his character, his role is that as a bartender named Sherlock. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm just going to turn down my mic now because I don't want to spoil the whole damn thing for you.
go. Don't listen to me. I'm setting things up. I'm a producer. It's hard work.
Hello, bartender. Bartender over here.
Oh, hey, I see you. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm almost done serving this drink.
Okay, bartender, I hear. Winky wink.
All right, sorry about that. Hey, how can I help you?
Well, shucks, bartender, I don't know. How can you help me? Have I met you before? What's your name?
Actually, you have met me before. My name is Sherlock, and I believe yours is Charlize.
Actually, it's pronounced Charlize. It's French. Isn't it a beautiful name? Tell me it's beautiful.
Of course, yes, of course it's beautiful, beautiful. Now, what kind of beautiful drink can I get for you, beautiful?
Oh my, such a gentleman. Alright, well I was thinking I could really use a screwdriver. If you know how to make one.
Excuse me, it's really loud in here. Did you just ask for a vodka and orange juice? Question mark? Oh wait, we're not online. That's right. Did you just ask for a vodka and orange juice? Charlize?
Yes, bartender, one of those. Have you served any of those up tonight to anyone else?
Excuse me?
I was merely asking if anyone else had ordered a screwdriver tonight, bartender. I mean, Sherlock.
Oh, no. That's more of a breakfast drink. But it's still okay to order it in the evening. I'll get you one right away.
Oh, I almost forgot. Can you crush the ice and shake it, not stir it? I want to see you shake it.
Excuse me?
I think you heard me, bartender. You know, you're such a cute, tender thing. I just want to take your mustache and take those things sticking out the sides and twirl them in the opposite directions. What would you do if I went counterclockwise, huh, bartender? Question mark? Oh wait, we're in real life, not online. What would you do if I did that, bartender?
Okay, we have policies here. You can't get that close. Don't even try it, please. Thank you. I put a lot of wax on this mustache to get it looking like this, and I don't need you messing it up.
Oh, okay, I understand. Is that all I am to you, somebody that messes things up? I see how it is. Get me my drink. Oh, what is gratuity these days? Like 10, 15, 20%? Oh, most people do 10, unless they're very satisfied, and then they do 15 or 20 or more. Oh good, because I'm going to do 0, because you're a terrible bartender. Hey, what do you do to people that do 0? Do you like spit in their drinks? Dunk your willy in or something? Because I might pay extra for that. Wink wink. Sorry, can't hear you. Be right back with your drink. This is playing hard to get. If I stay till 2 a.m., I'm sure he'll be mine. Look at that ass.
It's playing hard to get. If I stay till 2 a.m., I'm sure he'll be mine. Look at that ass.
That's pretty meme worthy. I mean, I got like 3 that I just put in the chat room. Like, there's like 3 meme worthy things in that video that nobody will ever get if they don't actually see the video, probably. There we go. That's gone. Yeah. Like for example, question mark. Oh, we're IRL, not online. Wink, wink. I think that's funny. If you've ever like done like a fantasy chat room thing, which I really haven't, but I've like watched people. It's kind of awkward unless it gets funny. Like watching people get romantic in a chat room, it's pretty awkward. But like, yeah, it can be funny, it can be amusing. I don't know. Go look up some chat logs if you don't believe me. And what else? What else is a quotable, meme-worthy thingy? How about? Oh, and shake it. Don't stir it. I want to see you shake it. And of course, the most meme-worthy part of that whole thing, you know, look at that ass. That is just like. Granted, I don't think you really have to put the part in, like, it's still probably just as good if all you say is, like, look at that ass. I don't know. I think I probably think it's funny, because it's just like, you ever heard that saying, like, one man's garbage is another man's treasure? You know? That kind of relates to asses, if you know what I mean. It's like, oh, that's cool, you found a butt that you like. Yeah, okay. It doesn't really float my boat, but I'm happy it makes you happy. Okay. It's just kind of funny. I don't know. I can't explain it. If it's not funny to you, I apologize for having a weird sense of humor. Oh well. Where were we? Let me close this web browser. That's gonna tax my resources. Fuck you guys. It's almost midnight. I've been at this for hours. I think I'm done. Yeah. I did an awesome run. That's like the most respectable like run I could possibly. I'm not gonna do any better than that. I might as well retire while I'm on top. I said it earlier. I'm gonna do it, and I hope it was fun. And if you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment. All right. Nobody's gonna make fun of you if you do. I promise. We might reply to you though. Who knows? All right. Check you later. Keep it real, and have a good night.